Some days your brain just feels like mashed potato, but you're an ambitious young man, you have all these goals. You want to prove to yourself that you're this hustler, this grinder that pushes through brute forces no matter what. And I get it, man. But you have to ask yourself, is this a decision based on what's good for you? Or is this a decision just based on your ego because you have concocted this identity of being this, oh, I'm on my grind 24/7. If I'm not working, I'm slacking. I need my eyes to bleed all day, every day. Otherwise, I don't want it bad enough. And I get it. Like I say, I've also fell into this identity before. I'm still also struggling to escape it because I know that the best version of myself is okay with being in stillness. He's not feeling all of this pressure to just keep moving, because if I stop, then everything will fall apart, you know? But some days, like I said already, you just feel like your brain has turned into spaghetti bolognese, and no matter what you try to focus on, it just turns into a mess because your body's falling apart. I'll be honest, because some days your system is fighting you. And don't get it twisted, by no means am I saying you should take it easy all the time. I absolutely think you should learn how to push yourself, but pushing yourself is just level 1 of self-development. You know, learning how to press the accelerator, that's amazing. If every man was able to do that, society would be a lot better than it is right now if men weren't mediocre, lazy sacks of shit. But here's the thing, you young man who's on self-improvement, who's trying to better himself every day, sometimes it's okay to slow down, because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Sometimes it's completely fine to set the minimum criteria as just showing up, because like I said, some days your body is falling apart because your system is infected. Maybe you've gotten sick, maybe you've made yourself sick from doing some dumb shit. Let me tell a little story about my situation, which is the reason I'm making this video. So last week I decided to get a bit carried away. I set myself the criteria of training twice a day. And I'm not talking about, you know, weights in the morning, cardio in the afternoon or anything like that. No, I'm talking about 2 weight training sessions every day. And don't get me wrong, you absolutely can figure out a way to make it work, but clearly not the way I did it, because, man, by the end of the week, I was just disgustingly fatigued. Definitely overreached a bit. And on Saturday, man, the energy was just in the bottom of the barrel, which I'm still recovering from. And I definitely think this overreaching, this pushing myself a little too hard, weakened my immune system, because today I woke up and I had like cold-like symptoms. I'm not sure if it's directly caused from the overreaching, but it kind of helped. Maybe I actually did catch something, but nonetheless, I woke up this morning, the alarm went off. I actually woke up before the alarm went off, while it was still like 3 a.m. or some shit. And even though I was just disgustingly tired when I woke up, I knew the alarm was going off soon, and I just couldn't get back to sleep because of that, because I convinced myself, like, what's the point? So I just laid in bed, waiting for the alarm to go off, just dreading the thought of getting up and fighting my way through today. But I got in the cold shower, like I always do, non-negotiable. I had this fucking instinct. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fucking survive this shit. I will not quit. You know, this cold water feeling is so empowering, especially on the days when it sucks the most. But it wasn't enough, man. Sometimes it can give you like a little jolt, like a minor little boost, but that boost doesn't last long, believe me. And so I went on with the rest of my morning, did a bit of breath work, made me feel temporarily boosted again. But then I got on my treadmill to do my 1 hour of writing in my blacked out focus room, which is obviously going to be dark anyway because it's the early hours of the dawn. But started tip-tapping away, and man, it was nothing but rancid, filthy cottage cheese coming out. I couldn't write a single powerfully coherent sentence to save my life. I couldn't write anything like valuable, any well-structured content or anything. It was literally just me doing a schizophrenic brain dump, essentially. And many ideas were floating about because I knew I had to make a video today because it's Monday, and I committed to myself Monday, Wednesday, Friday, YouTube videos coming out. And I was just like, what the fuck am I going to talk about, man? Like, my brain just isn't working. I feel retarded. And I kept feeling retarded. I did my hour, tick, was literally just a session of going through the motions, showing up and ticking off the habit, because, like I said already, some days you don't have to show up at your best, some days you just have to show up. The action of showing up, regardless of how you feel, is what actually will build that momentum. It will allow you to accumulate those streaks, and those unbroken streaks is exactly what will boost your self-esteem the most, because it will give you proof that you can follow through with what you said you were going to do. But I ended up driving to the gym after that, had my little breakfast of eggs and watermelon. It was very tasty, and I genuinely fell asleep for like nearly an hour in the gym car park. I just couldn't keep my eyes open. I parked my van up and just upright in my seat, leaned back, clonked out for an hour. Woke up feeling a bit better to be honest with you, but I knew I could feel my body just screaming at me that today was not the day to go all out, because I know how to push myself, right? Knowing how to exert maximal intensity in everything you do is a very important trait to have. And like I said, it's level 1 of self-development. But level 2 is also knowing when to pull back and not having this ego attachment to, I'm a grinder, I go all out all the time, because sometimes that's just a very stupid thing to do. And it's very ego-based. It's not what's in your best nature, it's just what you've attached your identity to as being the guy who pushes himself. And I genuinely used to feel like if I don't go into the gym every day and leave nothing in the tank, then it's a wasted session and I'm a worthless loser, because I was still in the early stages of my self-development when I was desperately trying to run away from the identity that I was leaving behind, this worthless loser, this sack of shit who put in absolutely zero effort into anything. But today I ended up having just a very, very flimsy deload session, which I realized I actually haven't done in a very, very long time. And moving forward, I don't think I'm going to be training twice a day for the time being. I think I can make plenty of gains training just once a day, to be honest with you. Maybe not even 7 days a week, but we'll see about that. Because, you know what I mean, it's always good to come in. But returning back to business. Some days when your brain feels like it's literally shutting down, when your body is just crumbling into pieces, the last thing you want to do is show up. You just want to retreat back into your life of comfort. Show up anyway. Just see what you're actually capable of. But don't be a buffoon about it. Don't show up with the same ferocity and gusto that you would on the days where your body's actually working properly. No, show up just for the sake of ticking it off and saying, yeah, I didn't break my streak, I kept my momentum going. Sometimes that's all you need.